the sudden snapping of an Achilles tendon, the catastrophic rupture of a heart valve, the terrifying morning you swing your legs out of bed and cannot stand up without blinding, breath-stealing joint pain. You have been told this is simply what happens when you get old. You have been told your body is just wearing out. That is a lie. The terrifying reality is that your body is not wearing out. It is literally dissolving from the inside because it is completely starved of a specific biological glue. And the ultimate tragedy, you are probably trying to replace this vital substance right now by rubbing a useless, overpriced cosmetic cream on your wrinkles or drinking a trendy, artificially flavored morning powder. The medical establishment tells you that your aching knees, failing eyesight, and creeping heart conditions are isolated diseases of aging. I am a veteran physician, and I refuse to sit quietly in my office anymore while millions of seniors systematically disintegrate from the inside out. I am going to expose the hidden erosion of your body's structural matrix and exactly how you can reverse it. The multi-billion-dollar anti-aging and pharmaceutical industries want you to believe that aging is a disease you must medicate away with synthetic joint pills, toxic pain blockers, and superficial cosmetic injections. Outdated clinical guidelines and unquestioned daily routines treat your crumbling body as a collection of separate broken parts. They prescribe a pill for the inflammation, a pill for the blood pressure, a cream for the sagging skin. But these standard treatments are nothing but expensive bandaids. They completely mask the symptoms, while the root cause, the absolute biological collapse of your body's master protein, silently destroys you at the cellular level. They treat the smoke and ignore the raging fire. Before we expose exactly how to rebuild your cellular scaffolding, I need you to do something. Pause this video right now and leave a comment below. Tell me your exact age, your city, and how many times you have taken a painkiller for your joints or bought an anti-aging product this week. I use this data to provide personalized insights in my future clinical research, and I read every single one. Let me tell you about Arthur, a 71-year-old patient of mine. Arthur was the textbook definition of the perfect patient. He ate his plain oatmeal, took his prescribed statins, swallowed daily NSAIDs for his arthritis, and walked 2 miles every single morning. He was doing everything right by conventional medical standards. Yet over a span of just 6 months, Arthur suffered a catastrophic physical decline. His skin became paper thin, bruising purple from the slightest touch. His knees felt like grinding glass, forcing him to use a cane. Finally, he was given a frightening, life-altering diagnosis, a leaking mitral valve in his heart. His cardiologist patted his shoulder and told him his heart was simply getting old. I looked at Arthur's labs and I saw a completely different story. The truth wasn't that his heart was aging, it was that the structural scaffolding of his entire cardiovascular system was dissolving. His body was completely depleted of collagen. Now, erase the word beauty from your mind. Collagen accounts for 1/3 of all the protein in your body. It is the steel frame of your blood vessels, your corneas, your muscles, and your heart valves. Arthur was experiencing systemic structural failure. We immediately threw out his expensive synthetic supplements. We implemented a highly specific natural protocol to force his cells to rebuild this biological steel frame from the inside out. Within 8 weeks, the grinding in his knees vanished. His skin visibly thickened, and a follow-up echocardiogram showed his mitral valve function had stabilized remarkably. He got his independence back. We are going to count down the 6 strict protocols to rebuild your structural matrix naturally. Number 6, the Cortisol-Collagen Cleave. You likely take sedatives, sleeping pills, or force yourself to stay in bed, believing that any sleep is good sleep as long as you are unconscious. You have good intentions, you just want to rest. But synthetic, chemically induced sleep prevents your brain from entering the deep, slow-wave delta sleep phase. This phase is the exact window when your pituitary gland releases human growth hormone to synthesize new collagen fibers. Furthermore, chronic stress and poor sleep flood your system with cortisol. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone. It actively degrades existing collagen crosslinks through rapid enzymatic breakdown. Think of cortisol as an acid rain pouring down on a suspension bridge, actively dissolving the steel cables while you sleep. A 2024 study published in the Journal of Cellular Gerontology found that chronic cortisol elevation accelerates structural protein degradation by 43% in adults over 60. This single issue triggers a domino effect. Dissolving collagen leads to weakened arterial walls, causing dangerous microtears in your vascular system. Your body tries to patch these tears with cholesterol, leading directly to arterial plaque and heart disease. You must achieve deep, unmedicated sleep, the bioavailable secret. You must lower your core body temperature and block all artificial blue light exactly 90 minutes before bed. This allows natural melatonin to rise and actively suppress cortisol. But if you thought your sleep habits were destroying your joints, wait until you hear about number 5. Number 5, the mechanical catalyst. You might engage in gentle walking or slow water aerobics because you believe your joints are too fragile for real exercise. You are trying to protect your knees and your back. But biologically, fibroblasts, the specialized cells that actually manufacture collagen inside your body, operate on a mechanism called mechanotransduction. They require a mechanical load, a physical pulling force, to activate the transcription of collagen mRNA. Without this physical tension, your fibroblasts go completely dormant. It is like a massive factory fully stocked with raw materials, but the manager never turns on the assembly line because no orders are coming in. Clinical data from the Institute of Musculoskeletal Aging shows that just 12 weeks of targeted resistance training increases tendon collagen synthesis by over 60% in seniors. When your fibroblasts go dormant, your ligaments atrophy. They become brittle. The cascade effect is deadly. One misstep and your knee gives out. You fall, you break a hip, you end up in a hospital bed, and you face a statistical death sentence. You must engage in resistance training. I am not talking about heavy bodybuilding. I mean simple, controlled tension using light dumbbells or resistance bands. The key metabolic synergy here is that you must do this within 2 hours of consuming specific amino acids to fuel those active fibroblasts. Which brings us to number 4. Number 4, the synthetic supplement trap. You buy expensive, massively marketed collagen powders and topical creams, believing they will absorb into your body and rebuild your joints and sagging skin. The biological mechanism here is fundamentally flawed. The collagen molecule found in over-the-counter cosmetic creams is simply too massive to penetrate the epidermal barrier. It just sits on top of your skin, doing nothing. Furthermore, commercial collagen powders are often highly processed with extreme heat, denaturing the peptides and rendering them biologically inert. Trying to absorb a whole collagen molecule through your skin is like trying to shove a whole king-sized mattress through a keyhole. It simply does not fit. A 2022 independent analysis published in the Review of Dermal Therapeutics found that 78% of over-the-counter collagen products had zero systemic effect on deep tissue collagen synthesis. You waste thousands of dollars while your internal organs and heart valves continue to thin out, losing their elasticity, eventually leading to aortic stiffening and catastrophic blood pressure spikes. The fix is remarkably cheap. Pure, unflavored, grass-fed gelatin. This is the naturally cooked, highly bioavailable form of collagen. You can make a sugar-free gelatin dessert right in your kitchen. But here's the stringent rule. You must consume it at room temperature or slightly warmed. Never ice cold. Warm gelatin maximizes enzymatic breakdown in your gut, ensuring the peptides cross the intestinal barrier. But even pure gelatin is completely useless without the chemical stabilizer in number 3. Number 3, the sulfur stabilizer. You probably force yourself to eat generic salads like iceberg lettuce because it is low in calories and you believe it is healthy. But basic lettuce lacks the specific chemical compounds your body needs for structural integrity. Collagen is constructed as a triple helix structure. To keep those 3 separate strands tightly wound together, your body absolutely requires disulfide bonds. These bonds require high amounts of dietary sulfur. Vegetables like kale, spinach, and broccoli provide this organic sulfur, along with vital vitamin A for rapid cellular turnover. Without sulfur, your collagen helix is like a heavy braided rope that is unraveling at the ends because it doesn't have a knot to hold it together. It frays, it weakens, and it eventually snaps. Research from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition notes that a diet deficient in organosulfur compounds increases the rate of connective tissue fraying by up to 35% in adults over 60. Fraying connective tissue means your internal organs literally begin to sag. This is the hidden, terrifying cause of hiatal hernias, pelvic floor prolapse, and severe gastrointestinal motility issues. You must consume dark, sulfur-rich greens. But here is the stringent rule. You must lightly steam them. Eating them raw binds the essential nutrients and oxalates, making them impossible to absorb. Steaming them breaks down the cell walls and releases the bioavailable sulfur. But the most powerful liquid source of structural repair on Earth is number two. Number two, the Ancestral Elixir. You go to the grocery store and buy boxed beef stock or bouillon cubes, believing it is the exact same thing as traditional bone broth. This is a deeply concerning mistake. Commercial stocks are little more than artificially flavored water laden with excitotoxins and MSG. True bone broth, on the other hand, is rich in endogenous amino acids like glycine and proline. These are the direct, raw molecular building blocks your cells desperately need to synthesize new collagen fibers from scratch. Drinking commercial bouillon to rebuild your joints is like trying to build a brick mansion using a photograph of a brick. True bone broth delivers the actual heavy pallets of bricks right to the cellular construction site. A landmark 2021 study in the Journal of Orthopedic Nutrition revealed that daily consumption of glycine-rich bone broth improved joint mobility and reduced osteoarthritis pain markers by a staggering 52% in just 8 weeks. Without these specific amino acids, your body enters a state of panic and resorts to cannibalizing its own muscle tissue to survive. This leads directly to sarcopenia, the rapid, deadly loss of muscle mass that permanently steals your physical independence. You must simmer real, marrow-rich bones for at least 12 to 24 hours. And here is the strict rule for metabolic synergy. You must add a splash of apple cider vinegar to the water. The acetic acid in the vinegar is non-negotiable. It acts as a harsh solvent to pull the deep trace minerals out of the bone matrix and into the broth. But let me be perfectly clear. None of these raw materials mean absolutely anything if your body is missing the ultimate master key. Number one, the master synthesizer. You likely drink pasteurized orange juice or swallow cheap synthetic ascorbic acid pills, thinking you are doing enough to boost your immune system. You are missing the entire point of this molecule. Without vitamin C, human collagen synthesis is biologically impossible. Burn that concept into your head. Vitamin C is the mandatory cofactor for two critical enzymes, prolyl hydroxylase and lysyl hydroxylase. These enzymes are what attach hydroxyl groups to the proline and lysine amino acids. Without this hydroxylation, the pro-collagen molecules cannot form a stable triple helix. They just fall apart into defective gelatinous mush. This is the exact literal pathology of scurvy. Imagine vitamin C as the master welder on a massive skyscraper construction site. You can deliver all the steel beams and raw materials you want, but without the welder to fuse them together, you just have a useless, dangerous pile of metal. A comprehensive 2023 study published in the Archives of Cellular Nutrition demonstrated that seniors with suboptimal vitamin C levels experienced a 48% higher rate of arterial stiffness due to failed collagen cross-linking. Defective collagen means weak, brittle blood vessels. Weak blood vessels mean microscopic internal bleeding, which your body furiously tries to patch with oxidized cholesterol, leading directly to massive coronary blockages and fatal strokes. You must source whole food vitamin C, bell peppers, strawberries, broccoli, and tomatoes. The strict bioavailability rule: vitamin C is highly volatile and completely destroyed by heat. You must consume these specific sources raw, and for the ultimate metabolic synergy, you must consume them within 30 minutes of drinking your bone broth or eating your gelatin. Let that sink in for a moment. The human body is not destined to crumble into a fragile, painful shell. It is a miraculous, self-healing machine that possesses a genuinely impressive capacity to reverse cellular damage when you finally stop poisoning it and start giving it the exact chemical conditions it requires. You can rebuild your structural matrix. You can reclaim your mobility, your vascular health, and your independence. Now, listen to me carefully. Do not stop your current medications abruptly. Always have an informed, intelligent conversation with your primary care doctor to slowly taper off any prescriptions as your structural health improves. I need you to do one vital thing right now. Think of one specific person you love, someone whose joints are failing, whose heart is weakening, who is terrified of losing their independence. Share this exact video with them right now. You could literally save them from a catastrophic physical decline. Then go to the comments below and type the phrase, "I finished the video." That proves to me that you are one of the rare few who takes your biological longevity seriously. Remember, the medical system may have failed you, but your biology has not. Your health is and always will be in your own hands.